This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
This is Max Headroom, and what you're about to witness is one of the most sinister-sounding intros to a trailer to one of the greatest epics ever.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT in the D Show.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Dig you IT geeks. This is Dre DeMatteo from Sons of Anarchy. You are listening to IT in the D.
What happens when you tap the angry beaver in the bunghole?
Exactly. Come on, Christ. To hell with this. I'm calling a break. We'll come back to the show.
What's up, everybody? This is Billy Zapka. Sweep the leg. Listening to IT in the D Show. No mercy.
Just where do you guys think you are?
The Library of Congress?
Detroit? Beyond the sun?
Any of those right?
Hey guys, this is Time Hawk, Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon. You're listening to the IT&D Show.
That analogy sucks because it's right.
Hi, I'm Ernie Hudson, and you're listening to IT in the D. All you nerds out there.
Take him to Detroit. No! No, not Detroit! No! No, please! Anything but that! No!
I used to hang out at the Magumbo Bar. It was a rough place, the seediest dive on the wharf. Populated with every reject and cutthroat from Bombay to Calcutta. It's worse than Detroit.
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Then don't come. Shut up.
This is Robert Hayes, the Ted Stryker to my mother. When I'm not hanging out at the Magumbo Bar, I'm listening to the IT on the D Show. It's worse than Detroit.
Is there such thing as a meat hangover?
I love my Monday meat stick.
Turn your microphone off. Just get out.
Hi, this is Martin Cove, John Kreese from the Karate Kid movie, and you're listening to IT in the D.
I don't know who brought that bell in, but Bob's got a new toy.
Hi, I'm Brittany Daniel from The Game, and you're listening to IT in the D.
Hey, Jerry Slater. Hey, Jerry Slater.
It's really good.
Hey, Jerry Slater.
The Death Monster is in full effect here.
Hey, folks, this is WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and you're listening to the IT in the D Show. Tough guy. Ho!
You're not very informative, but wow, are you entertaining.
Hello, everybody. It's Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger, and you are listening to IT in the D.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
The question isn't what are we going to do. The question is what aren't we going to do.
Ludicrous speed! Go! Live in the Raw Radio X studios in the Russell Industrial Center in beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. This is the IT in the D Show, often imitated, never duplicated. This is episode 53. We're sitting here. This is Bob the Sales Guy, Dave the Geek, Jeff the Voice of Reason. We got a packed studio, and we are live.
We're back in podcast land.
So I guess first things first, we got to apologize. We've had technical difficulties the last couple of shows. The last one, I think, didn't come out till like Friday. We had such a mess going on, but hopefully this week will be squeaky clean.
Well, yeah, I mean, we went from everything was too loud to that one, everything was too quiet, and I had to amplify crap. And Matt was so nice to point out that I was playing our intro breaks over the first 3 minutes of our show.
Yeah, what is this, terrestrial radio? Music playing over Bob's voice again?
So if you want to find us online, you can get us at itinthed.com. Facebook IT in the
Judicial System.
Twitter
Mishapreneur.
hashtag IT in the D. LinkedIn / I don't know.
LinkedIn / group ID equal whatever.
173487762.
TK421.
That's right. Why aren't you at your post?
So yeah, we are back live. We had a little adventure into terrestrial radio,
and boy oh boy was that Saturday. Big fun. Actually, it was it was a good experience.
It was a good time.
It went by way too fast, which means it was a good time.
Right.
For those not in the know, we got invited to be on the Internet Advisor Show on WJR on Saturday afternoon. So, FCC rules applied, so we were a little bit out of our element.
We were.
We got the one thing that was crazy though. It was like we could have sat there for 4 hours and still had stuff to talk about. It was like you're running 12-minute segments, and then they play the little smooth jazz music, and then you got to go to a break every 8 minutes.
Yeah, every time we got into a good conversation, we got getting cut off.
Yeah, there was Kenny G started coming over. It was like being at the Oscars, like you're in the middle of your acceptance speech and wrap it up. All right.
But that's the funny thing. It's like here we are.
Joel, my buddy from New Hampshire, just popped in with Red 5 standing by.
Nice.
That's the one. It's funny because they want to get into podcasting. We want to get on WJR, and it's like this paradox.
Although now that we've seen what I don't think we actually really.
I would love to get into.
You can't drink beer in the studio. That's like a major. Like no, I don't care.
No.
Well, see, number one, FCC rules apply. So, case there is.
We
no
literally
number two.
could never have Hillary back.
I got number two because FCC rules apply.
Yeah, I think we were still like we even brought like potato chip or Better Made popcorn and Slim Jims. We didn't even break it out.
We didn't. We were intimidated because when we walked in with one of the hosts,
and everything was so clean.
Well, everything not only that, but like, and here's all the awards. And by the way, here's the water tank if you guys are thirsty. And we're like, water tank, water tank.
Wait, you guys drink water before you? Wow, maybe we shouldn't have been at the bar for 2 hours before we got here. No.
We weren't at the bar for 2 hours.
We were at church.
Right, yeah, praying that we wouldn't screw this up as badly as we thought we were.
Hail Marys full of grace.
Exactly. Bloody Mary full of vodka. Blessed art thou among cocktails.
No, keep going.
But no, I mean, and it was. I mean, even Gary said he's like we're like, well, yeah, we were.
Yeah.
He's like, we just can't talk about it. Why? Because FCC rules apply, and you can't even talk about drinking.
Oh, he knew.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Dude,
He smelled it on our breath.
We downed an entire thing of Altoids, and that still wouldn't have mattered. Let's be clear.
Oh,
between the Jameson and the PBR,
I don't think we're getting invited back.
Well, no, but we invited them here.
Again,
they graciously accepted. I
No,
think.
it's like what I tell my wife about every month when she yells at me about something, and it's, you know who you married.
Yeah,
there's no. We were not ever shy about.
Well, it's like the meme you posted on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. You
invite us on your show without listening
to a single episode. Bold move, Cotton. Let's see how that plays out. Well, because it was like the day before we were going on, where we got an email from one of them. Hey, just listen to episodes 50 and 51.
Are we still invited?
It's a rather unique approach you guys have.
Going 2 hours straight, no commercials, but nothing but PBR.
Actually, we just posted it. If you want to listen to it, it's at soundcloud.com/IT-in-the-D. I think it's the latest one on top.
Yeah.
I didn't add it into the featured, so but it is the top one right underneath the featured, so it's about the sixth one down.
I think it's like 18 minutes after it was edited down.
Yep.
So
We forgot it was like 19, something like that.
Yeah, we linked it out on Twitter, on Facebook, and
place else,
everywhere else.
But yeah, I mean, it was a good time. I was happy to do it. It wasn't as awkward as we feared it would be.
No, not at all.
Good.
Not at all.
It was pretty solid.
And I listened to the replay, and I'm like, we're all our worst critics. I'm like, I should have said that. I should have said that. I said that the wrong way, whatever. But
I should have stabbed Bob in the neck there.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody said we should have invited Hillary. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. If only we had H-bomb with us, this would have gone so much better.
Let's talk about QA testing. Crickets.
So I guess in the wild world of technology, possibly the most interesting story that I shot you guys that we were yakking about was, so Google, a Houston guy, apparently was storing kiddie porn in his Gmail account. So Google,
stop looking at me.
Whatever, Captain Singapore. That's right. I'm Captain Soundboard. You're Captain Singapore.
Yeah, and
Google alerted the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children,
right,
who notified the police, and dude got arrested.
See, what's interesting though is the guy. The guy was already a registered sex offender. So he was already on lists or
8 different watch lists,
multiple lists. So I don't know if that was what clued Google into, hey, check out his particular account.
No, dude. So
they have algorithms to
No, that was the interesting part of that story. So Google has basically said you have zero expectation of privacy.
Oh, I totally understand
when it comes to Gmail.
Totally
we will scan the ever living hell out of everything. Well, and they've said that what they do is they basically have the old what was it, Picasa?
Yeah,
that they had.
Yeah, they still have it.
They use image matching with Google goggles and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and they basically every image that's sent through Gmail gets bounced against this algorithm that says, "Hey, is this bad?" And I mean, Google's been. That was the interesting part of the story is Google hasn't been upfront about being. This crusader against child porn and that kind of stuff. And you know what?
Actually, no. I thought that was the point of the article. Is since 2006 they have been.
Well, no, they've alluded to it, but they haven't been like upfront. And this is our policy, and hey, this is what we do, and this is why we do it. And that.
It brings up an interesting debate because part of me wants to say yay,
and
kill the guy.
That's where it gets.
And
weird.
The other part of me says, oh my god, like what are they scanning for? Like, are they going to start busting potheads now? Well, like how far are they going to go?
They're going to start forwarding emails to my wife about the conversation.
Right. You could play that card both sides of the fence, for the whole, Facebook Messenger app thing. They can turn your camera on anytime. They can turn your microphone on anytime.
Right.
Oh, yeah, they're going to catch all these drug dealers, but, hey, they're going to turn my camera on at the same time. So you could go back and forth about that all day long. It's a good thing, yes, that they caught this guy, send him back to prison. I'm all for it. But at the same time, everyone else out there that's using Gmail legitimately...
Yeah.
But again, how far are you
now you're suspect.
How far are you going to take it? And I know they got to scan the emails because their spam filter is about as good as I've ever.
That's the best. Absolutely, it is.
Right.
There's no denying that.
So they're scanning, but those are you're scanning the headers in those. You're not scanning the content, right?
Oh no, they scan content.
That's how they display the ads on the top.
That's how all the ads show up. They're scanning the content and finding contextual advertising for you based on the content of the email you're looking at.
So again, brings up an interesting point. Yay, get that.
You haven't noticed how many ads you're seeing for Ashley Madison, Bob?
Well, I was going to go more the innocent route, like Jägermeister and H&K and Glock. So
those go on my Yahoo.
He does what he's multiple identities online.
No, but seriously though, again, how far are they going to take it? I'm glad that the guy's off the street or whatever, and he's arrested.
Absolutely.
But again, because. What else? How far?
Where is the do no evil line that Google draws for us?
At what point is there a line?
If they say that,
we need to actually talk about the idea that there should be a line.
Well, Google didn't come out and say we're just going after child predators, and if they do, applause the Lord.
But isn't Google's tagline "Do no evil" or
formerly? Actually, they stopped using that tagline.
Formerly, they stop? They stop using that?
Yeah,
because now they're
formerly known as "Do no evil."
So in other words, Google is now the NSA.
Well, speaking of which,
pretty much
segueing into what Google's doing, it's like they're the enemy this week. It's like they are allowing people to erase history,
the right to be forgotten.
The right to be forgotten. So if you prominent Mr. Local clown get busted for doing cocaine, and then you write a nice little letter, and then you
that we know anybody this would apply to.
No, not at all. And you want to keep your squeaky clean church boy, persona.
So how long does this process take?
Process? What do you
process take?
No, I don't know. Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, they basically went into it, and it's all, and they did. They published right out in the open.
There's 100,000 articles got pulled so far.
Yeah, but this is prompted by the whole European Union thing, right? Like they're the huge thing about privacy.
Yeah, they're the ones that push the whole right to be forgotten thing.
Coming back over here.
Yep, no, absolutely. So I mean, on one hand, I get it, but I mean, on the other hand, I mean, it does kind of smack a little bit of revisionist history. That, I mean, the case that they were talking about in the one article was the guy who was the head of Merrill Lynch. When the bottom fell out of the market and Merrill Lynch was named in, basically every lawsuit. That guy was named prominently as he's the one that masterminded all this, and he's one of the ones that's filed one of these benchmark right to be forgotten cases because, well, it's inhibiting his ability to get a new job.
So at what point?
Well, guess what, Jack?
So, Jeremiah, you could chime in. At what point of this is this erasing news? Right, because if a news report was published on,
I'm completely against the right to be forgotten. Let's just be very clear about this, because I think the problem with it is that it changes facts. The thing is that a search engine does really well is it presents what's on the internet as it is.
Right.
And Google is among the best in the business at doing that, right?
And we all know if it's on the internet,
it's true.
It must be true.
No, but in general, agreed with that, true. But in general, it's one of those things of, sure, maybe it is affecting your right to employment, but the statistics so far have been showing that it's not about the little guy. The people who are using this are like, it's like Mr. Burns, like Smithers, I would not like my search history to be the way I'd like it. It's exactly the same thing. It's these people who have money,
Mr.
have
Burns
resources.
was British.
Yeah, because from a
that impersonation sucked.
From a website designer point of view, like you can go into Google Webmaster Tools and remove a cache of an old page or an old site that you've done in the past. You can do all that stuff from a technical point of view. What they're talking about here is removing news stories about you, and it's news stories, not just slander. It's not a bad Yelp
But
review,
it really
for
is, though, is the government circumventing censorship.
So that's exactly what
these
this
European
is.
governments can't go to the Guardian or other places and get it taken down, so they're going to go to the American company to get that stuff removed from that ways, because then that way politically they don't have to deal with their own companies and their own media outlets in their own countries.
All right, so let me ask you just the obvious question: what about Bing and Yahoo? I know Yahoo uses partial Google results.
People use Bing.
Do people use Bing?
I saw the Bing car.
Right.
I actually saw the Bing Street View car. Like, Bing has its own Street View now. Like, driving all over Detroit.
So if yay, I'm free. I got all my history erased from Google. But by the way, I'm going to do a search on you on Bing.
But I think those laws apply to everyone.
Risk profile, it doesn't really matter.
Right.
Nobody uses Bing, so yeah.
But I think those laws apply to all the search engines.
Find it on the Internet Explorer.
They do. All right, so this is not Google specific. This is
right. You can't write a law like you can't. Even in Europe, you can't write a law that goes just Google. It's for everyone. But the thing is, everyone focuses on Google
because they own all the things.
Yeah, all the things. Yeah. Google owns all the things.
Guys, it's almost like Google is becoming like real life. Where with enough money, you can get rid of your problems.
You know what?
And you can erase your problems.
You know what?
Right.
Google is like an alien race that landed on our planet, and they're like 6 feet taller than us. They have all the gold and all the diamonds, and we just have to coexist with them now. I mean, I like Google, I do, but they just like...
I thought he said rice, and I'm trying to... What the hell are you talking about?
To serve man. It's a cookbook.
But it's one of those things of, I love Google, and I love all the things that they do, but on the other hand, it's like, they are almost becoming the de facto government of the internet.
Yeah. It's kind of scary, actually.
They didn't... I don't think they went out to be like this monopoly.
They didn't mean to, but it just happened.
Yeah. It was like, it turned into... When your brand turns into a verb, you kind of went too far. Not in a bad...
tell that to Xerox.
Well,
tell that to Kleenex.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Well, but those are good things.
But I still buy Meyer brand Kleenex. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. You can't buy Meyer brand Googles.
Right.
That would be hilarious. What is it made with, like MDF?
Yeah, exactly.
So at one point in
Kirkland Google.
Kirkland Google?
So at one point...
I got the Costco Google.
So, Dave, but at what point in the IT realm or industry does Google become a bad word or a bad thing or a bad way to be associated with? Like, is it like, oh my God,
dude, I got Google.
Yeah, I'm on Google now.
When they're bust potheads, the day someone does a marijuana transaction and Google calls the police, that's the day Google will die.
Really?
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, Instagram is used by the police all the time for stuff like that.
Well, wasn't Snapchat like the one that?
But here's the thing: you're saying in email, Instagram, you're posting it. You're a dupa if you post with guns and
it's a technical term, dupa.
Right?
Yeah.
With an email, you're sending an email.
Well, and there was yet another story that just hit. About some moron that was like on the most wanted list and basically posted photos of himself with geolocation tags on Facebook, and the cops just
pretty much find him. Yeah.
Duh.
Well, like any MacBook Pro, you can like turn the camera on remotely and just find the person that stole your computer. So.
Bob the sales guy's next venture will be weed mail. Your stash is safe.
Ooh, I want to go on GoDaddy right now.
.co.
WW mail.
There's an Uber for weed now. It's called Leafly.
What?
There was a giant ad in the New York Times this week. It's called Leafly, and it's an Uber for medical marijuana in New York and other cities.
That was a full-page ad, right?
Yeah, full-page ad, top to bottom.
Paul is vigorously Googling this right now.
That's outstanding.
And they'll just deliver it to your house, and it's just like Uber for weed.
It's like my Google car, but for weed.
That's right. Cue the music.
Right.
I finished Godfather 2 finally. I'm good.
Oh, so we need to talk about that at some point. We'll wait till the fourth segment.
Cue the music,
for that.
Dave. Cue the music.
No. We'll wait till the fourth segment.
It only took me 2 months to finish it. The movie's like longer than
dirt.
Exactly.
It's a
long.
time investment. There's an intermission.
Yeah. I thought the movie's over. I go, that movie kind of sucked, and it says intermission. I'm like, stupid. What is intermission?
Your newborn just graduated high school.
Exactly. I had to watch it like 6 parts. I'm not kidding.
I understand.
So what's next? What else is going on?
Ebola. Yeah, I you know what? I talked about this last week, and people laughed at me.
Why are they so stupid?
Why, for the love of God,
they're
is the
bringing
US government bringing Ebola here?
Here,
it's fine there.
I read it.
We can talk about it there.
No, it's bad there.
Well, it's bad, but
and I get
it's fine for us.
But it's better that it's there than it's here.
Right.
And if you're that concerned about the people that have it there, bring the stuff to them.
Right.
Well, actually, they did the beginning of the treatment. Did you hear about what happened with these guys?
Yeah, the one guy gave up the full amount of serum, which was the one
which
thing
is totally
that's the
out of a
closest to
movie,
cure.
by the way.
Yeah.
Like, we have the serum for the outbreak.
I swear, if they bring in Dustin Hoffman, we're all screwed.
It's over.
No, you know what I read
That's
today?
the sign of the apocalypse.
Right.
Is Dustin Hoffman.
And I don't know if this is conspiracy theory now, but it said that the CDC actually owns the patent on the Ebola virus.
Shocker.
Strain.
That's another tinfoil hat.
Is it tinfoil? There's like 30 websites that say.
Well, I just saw a report yesterday
because
that
if it's on the internet, it must be true.
I said it's a conspiracy theory.
Own a patent on the strain.
On a strain?
Well,
I don't know.
It's the same thing with the whole AIDS
The U.S.
virus.
Centers for Disease Control owns a patent on the particular strain of Ebola known as Ebobun.
Well, yeah, it's mutated like 20
Here's the
times.
patent number, and it was awarded in 2010. You can view the patent here. So
yeah, they got a vaccine. Screw you! I'm going to mutate.
That sounds right up there with the CIA invented AIDS.
Here's the patent number. I don't know.
They didn't.
I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying I'm reading it.
Well,
we're going to go down that road.
42, 31, 61,
come on, it was
46.
Yeah,
just telling you.
B. No, so yeah, they brought what is it now? 2 patients back into Atlanta.
Yeah,
because apparently Atlanta is the safest facility.
Well, that's where the CDC is. So,
well, yeah, but still,
isn't that where The Walking Dead is also filmed?
It's where that whole thing started.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then you've got all basically water in Toledo and most of Ohio that's not.
Yeah,
safe to drink.
they're still boiling water in
Following
Toledo.
12 Monkeys, like to a T.
It kind of is.
Pretty much. Yep. Well,
you've got the river in China that just turned red and no one knows why.
Oh, actually, they do know why, but
did they figure that
out?
Yeah,
they figured that one out.
It was an industrial complex that was dumping a bunch of stuff. But anyways,
algae in Toledo.
What scares me more is a bunch of all the illegals coming across the border from Mexico. They're bringing in not Ebola, but like TB and malaria and like all these other stuff that is like just like rapidly contagious.
Which wouldn't be an issue if it weren't for Jenny friggin' McCarthy.
Exactly. Well, that's the point. It's like they're bringing in all this stuff that's like totally curable, but
that issue is so complicated because so many of those people coming across that border are so very young.
Exactly.
And they're fleeing.
And they don't know any better.
They don't know any better, and they're fleeing a lot of violence and horrible things happening in their home country.
Give them the boot.
This isn't about. Yeah. This isn't about. Ding. This isn't about. Anybody's policy. This isn't about anything the United States did.
That's not where
right.
I was going with it. I was just going with the whole, it's dangerous with what they're bringing as an unfortunate side
Leave it
effect.
there. Send them to an island. Fix it there.
Yeah, that's what
this isn't the island of Dr. Moreau, for crying out loud.
But now they're checking. No, now at the airports they're like, we're checking for flu-like symptoms. Like, how do you know if the guy's got the craps?
How
or
do you
not?
know if he just got left Taco Bell?
That's what I'm saying. Like, no. What was the Sinai Hospital?
White Castle.
Yeah, that was in Manhattan.
Yeah, the guys. They think
he's in there for a sweat and the crap.
He's got the craps tonight on the side. Oh, he's got Ebola. Like, he's so stupid.
Like, this is what constitutes as reporting now.
Okay, but it's not just that. It's the fact that he just got back from Africa, where all this was. It's
specifically there.
Yes, it's not some random guy that walked in off the streets of Manhattan and said, "I've got the poops."
Everybody
like, "Oh, Ebola!" Ah! No, the guy just got back from there.
Why would he even be allowed to leave the airport or disembark the plane?
We're bringing people here. Why wouldn't we let them travel freely?
Right.
Remember SARS and all that whole fun and excitement that was going on?
I was in Mexico during swine flu. All the Canadian people in our resort.
Yeah.
The
Is that what you had?
The government came. I just thought it was Montezuma's. I don't know what the hell. Too much beer. Who knows what it is?
Yeah, well, for you, it's probably accurate.
But the Canadian
No, but I had
government.
E. coli, not Ebola. That's it.
E. coli.
The Canadian government actually came and got them. Like, they had to leave. And with us, they're like,
Really?
you want to stay? Yeah, I'm staying. It's like 30% occupancy now. I get the whole place to myself.
The beach is free.
Right.
I got a good deal.
Discounted all inclusive.
Oh,
Exactly.
great.
I might crap myself raw for 3 weeks after I get home, but damn it, I'm staying.
There's no line at the buffet. This is great.
All the ice and water and margaritas I can drink. I'm in.
It was
Your
great.
third world problem is my first world problem.
Exactly. Didn't have to wake up at 5 a.m. to get a chair at the pool. It was awesome. Best vacation ever.
What else do we have?
And we have him in the intro, and I'm sad to report that Robert Hayes died in Sharknado 2.
You scared me there for a second. Stop. For crying out loud.
In Sharknado
Don't give me a heart.
And the best
I was actually disappointed that I didn't know he was in Sharknado 2.
And he's in the opening scene, so you don't even have to watch the whole crappy movie.
Oh,
because
okay. I'll go back and DVR it then.
He was the pilot.
Was Elaine in it, though?
Was he what?
Was Elaine?
Was Elaine? No, Elaine, no.
Mota.
I was like, wait. I'm like, was he laying where? What?
Now pitching.
Yeah, Manny, Mota. No, but the funny part is
still the best
this
10-minute conversation we ever had.
Yeah, this is the part I'm dying to know. Is like I want to know if the people that were actually watching that movie for whatever reason got all the inside jokes, because like he ran through just about damn near every line he had from Airplane over the course of like the 6 minutes that he's in the
After
cockpit.
he died, did Leslie Nielsen come and say, "Good luck, we're on
you." Yeah, no. Well, he's dead. That would be awkward.
Maybe get a look-alike. I don't know.
Walking Dead. That would be that'd be awesome.
Soupy sales. I don't get somebody.
But yeah, so Sharknado 2 was on. It was.
Did you watch it?
I did. I felt like I was obligated.
Well, you were saying that like every actor and actress that was in it, like is in on
was totally in on it.
Totally.
Well, dude, it's like Vivica Fox. The guys from the Today Show were on it. Like, Al Roker is in it, like killing a shark that flies through a window and lands in a studio.
Has it become like the Marlon Wayans movies where they just?
Oh, absolutely! It's they're a scary movie or whatever the hell it is.
So now the haunted house. Now.
Yeah, let me guess. There's going to be a number 3.
They've already announced that there's going to be a number 3.
Yeah.
Yes,
oh no, this thing's going to go.
absolutely.
It's going to be like 3,000 of them.
Yeah, no, Rocky 4.
Wait, what was my idea? Was it Squirrel Hurricane, Squirrelacane?
Oh no, mine was Sharknami. Like I wanted or a Zoonami. Like I wanted the wave to hit like the Bronx Zoo and like sweep lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! Just like randomly killing people.
Squirrelacane, way better, way better.
Clawing your eyes out with your little claws.
Exactly.
There were screenings around town for Sharknado, like at Grand Circus. They had
there were several of them. Yeah,
Activate had one. Yeah,
absolutely.
And it's a phenomenon. It was interesting. Yeah. So
we are coming up on a break.
We are.
We're going to be back with Paul from Core 3 talking about a whole bunch of stuff. This is the IT in the D show.
We will be right back.
IT in the D. Read, meet, listen. Networking Detroit, one beer at a time.
Hi, I'm Brittany Daniel from The Game, and you're listening to IT in the D show.
Drums, please.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D show.
Oh yeah!
All right, we are back. Segment 2, episode 53, the IT in the D show.
Got captured, just so you know.
Did it?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
We're here live in the Raw Radio X studios in the Russell Industrial Center, beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. This is Bob the Sales Guy here with David Geek, Jeff the Voice of Reason. Joined with Jeff, the other white meat Haas, and Jeremiah, our resident Detroit expert.
Too many J's.
Yeah, I know, right? Change your name. Totally.
Just call me Albert.
Well, we've been joined in the studio. How long ago did we talk about?
18 weeks.
18 weeks.
It was
episode
35.
We talked about the Taco Bell phone. and we found someone that had a Taco Bell phone, and he didn't even bring it in the studio.
Failed to bring it
I know.
with him.
Oh, who are you? So we got Paul here from
I blame
4-3.
Jeff. He was in charge of guest prep on this one.
Oh my God!
Yeah, throw me under the bus. I'm going to throw the guest under the bus.
So Paul, welcome.
Paul Chambers, yeah, from Core 3.
Thank you for having me. I feel like this is Catfish a little bit, though. Isn't that MTV show where they lure you
It's all
in?
bait and switch?
Yeah,
Pretty
bait
much.
and switch.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about your company. We're going to promote the hell out of you. Yeah, so Taco Bell phone, what up?
Yeah, tell us about the Taco Bell phone. Oh, you're supposed to bring it. It's okay. It's okay, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Well, good. So, and seriously, and we will. I swear we will talk about Core 3 Solutions. But
No, we won't.
After the Taco Bell
Right,
phone.
but
Core 3 Taco Bell phones? What?
But I got to get mine. So let's talk about the Taco Bell phone.
Yes, let's.
How did that happen? What was that like? How was the experience? What annoying crap did they make you do?
How does
or
it
try
feel
to
being
make
the
you do?
envy of many?
That's right.
Men.
Yeah.
It started with a Snapchat, and I follow Taco Bell on Snapchat, and one day I was watching their My Story.
Wait a minute. Taco Bell is
Are you
on
sending pictures
Snapchat.
of your
Snapchat.
meat to Taco Bell on
Wait,
Snapchat?
how was Taco Bell on
They were
Snapchat?
showing me their meat.
Nice. Which is
On
all
Snapchat.
Snapchat's good for,
It's
apparently.
dog food. It's dog food. That's not real meat.
And
Dog food.
and there was a My Story about the new breakfast menu coming up, and at the very end of it says, "Can't wait for the breakfast menu. Call this number." So I'm sitting there. I'm bored. I'm getting my hair cut. And I start to call the number.
How bored do you have to be to call the Taco Bell hotline?
I'm curious. So I call the number, and the girl on the other line says, "Thank you for calling. We're going to enter you to win the Taco Bell breakfast
Live
phone."
answer?
Oh yeah, live answer.
Wow.
Can I get your address, your name and address? And I said, "What is the Taco Bell breakfast phone?"
Wait. So at this point, you didn't know what it was.
I had no. I just called the number.
you just called the number.
I want to take a So was it like a Sofia Vergara voice on the other end of the line?
She sounded cute. So I was intrigued.
I love random. That is like the most random. The Taco Bell breakfast phone. Like, I'm intrigued.
Yes.
I'm getting my hair cut.
Tell
I'm
me
bored
more.
out of my mind. I don't feel like talking to the guy cutting my hair, so I'm
Right,
just
yeah.
going to call this number from
Yeah.
Taco Bell.
There's nothing good that can happen from that conversation.
Right.
So
anyway.
I call.
Do you
and-
enjoy
and-
diarrhea before lunch? Is that one of the questions?
It should have been. She said, "Can I enter you to win the Taco Bell breakfast phone?" I said, "What is the Taco Bell breakfast phone?" She says, "I have no idea, but I'd like to take your information."
Wait. She said,
But I'd like to enter you into the contest.
So we started small talk, of course. I figured out she was in Southfield, Michigan, actually.
Wow.
A call
Really?
center in Southfield, yep. Sounded really nice. I told her I'm married, so I can't talk more from there.
So you found her on Tinder.
I did. I later found her on Tinder. I swiped right.
Do you like Italian food?
Do you live alone?
So, like, every...
You
like,
want to make $14 the hard way?
Do you like
His wife
2
is
layers of
listening, I think.
tacos or
Exactly.
just one?
Better be careful.
Anyway.
Like every modern day American, I love giving up my information to anybody random on
Exactly.
the phone.
Yeah, right.
And so I give her my name, my address, my
A
phone
P.O.
number.
box, I hope.
P.O. box. And she says, "All right, you've been entered to win." So I tweet out to Taco Bell. I said, "I have no idea what the Taco Bell phone is, at Taco Bell phone is."
But like every good American, I know I must have it.
I know I must have
Right.
it. And I'd leave that out there, and Taco Bell replies, "Just go with it." And we sit and we wait for 2 days. 2 days later,
Antagonizing.
48 antagonizing hours.
48 antagonizing hours later, I get a UPS package in the mail. And it says, on the outside is, "This is your ticket to happiness."
Did you scream like the
Wait,
Nintendo?
this is your ticket to happiness.
You must open this immediately.
Well, and he's married. I'm thinking like porn, lube, and Kleenex.
Anything could have been in there, and it would have been amazing.
I imagine you screaming like the Nintendo 64 kid on Christmas
Oh, my
morning.
Nintendo 64!
First thing I did was I immediately took a picture of it and Snapchatted it. And then, of course, I
And then you took a
opened it up.
selfie with it?
Yeah, Taco Bell phone.
I took 3 or 4 selfies with it. I opened it up, and
Dance around the
inside...
Dance around the neighborhood. I got the Taco Bell.
I got
phone,
you
and you
don't
got one.
You
I
want a
posted it to
Taco Bell?
Facebook. I posted it to Twitter. I posted it to Instagram. And I opened it up, and inside there's a little box and a card, and it said, "This is your breakfast phone. Keep it close by you at all times."
Not just breakfast times.
Not just, it said all times. Don't ever let this go.
It's like a Hollywood movie.
So it's the Taco Bell bat phone.
Right.
Yeah.
Was it red?
No, it was a burner phone. I kind of felt like
it is like a plot line where
I thought it was going to be like shaped like a taco, like nothing. It was an
it was an old.
It had
like,
a Taco Bell sticker on it.
Yeah,
they did dress it up. They put a sticker on the back. It said, "This is your breakfast phone. Keep it close by."
Like I'm thinking like the banana phone case for the iPhone, like that big huge banana.
Or
thing.
like the old Sports Illustrated football phone. I mean, come on, put a little effort into it.
Yeah, they should have.
Get Maxwell Smart, the shoe phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We have the technology.
Or
We can
what
make
about
it
a
better.
phone that looks like a taco?
We're in the world of 3D printers now. Can't they 3D print a phone?
Or a burrito or something.
So did they call you?
So I turned the phone on. I received a text message immediately that said, "Reply with your Twitter handle, your Instagram. We want to interact
Give us
with you."
more
your bank account number, your routing number.
Spam you on every channel possible.
Yeah, absolutely. So I replied with all that sensitive information because I want them
Why
to know
wouldn't you?
I sent them my passwords. And then it said they replied.
Well, what did your wife think of this?
Oh, she,
Taco Bell phone is the new aggregator for all username and password information you could possibly imagine.
His wife has rolled her eyes so many times.
I was going to say, his wife is like our wives on a daily, just sitting there shaking her head, rolling her eyes.
What the hell are you doing?
What decision did I make that led
What
me...
went wrong?
I said,
To marry the guy who wanted the Taco Bell phone.
I said, baby, you knew this going into this relationship.
You knew who I was.
I would be carrying 3 phones. Because I already carry 2 phones. So it's even more embarrassing now when I...
So now
I
you
get
had
out.
a third phone
I have a third
that you
phone.
report. That's outstanding.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now it looked super cool.
So you need a utility belt like Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you have an iPhone there, you have an Android, and now you have a taco.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's outstanding.
So nothing happens to the phone.
Right.
Because they text me and they say, wait till... I can't remember the exact dates, but it was the next day when I was going to start.
We'll
to
be
get
in
calls.
contact in 3 days.
Yeah, we'll call you
When you get your first mission.
when you get your first mission. So the worst part was I was traveling over the next week. So
Taco
now
Bell
I'm all
events
worried.
occur in real time.
I'm worried I'm going to step onto the airplane and I'm going to miss a phone call because you have to turn it off.
Yeah, now you're second guessing your whole itinerary.
Right. So now do I leave it with somebody?
Maybe I should cancel my travel plans I could.
Now I'm building my life around the Taco Bell.
Well, so you
phone.
understand the genius of this marketing, right?
And not just for any Taco Bell phone, the breakfast
The breakfast phone.
Taco Bell phone. That's
true.
I can the because you know what, you need to move your entire life around for a waffle taco.
Taco Bell now owns me.
Had Taco Bell breakfast launched at this point?
No,
or was
they're
this
still-
the
they're
build
still,
up?
like,
Oh, this is way
2
before.
weeks out from it.
Did you get to
2
like
weeks out.
preview the breakfast in any way, shape, or form?
He was an early adopter.
Well, that's what I was excited for.
There was a
thought-
chance that he could try breakfast.
Right. I thought- I thought he was
before
gonna get the
breakfast
invite.
launched.
One of the first people in the United States to try the waffle taco.
And I could have posted that to Facebook.
The pre-breakfast.
But no.
And he could have Instagrammed the photo of his Taco Bell breakfast next to his Taco Bell
And
breakfast
Snapchatted
phone.
it.
It's message board guy first.
Right, totally.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, with MARTA technology.
So I waited, and I swear that night when it was, they said they could start calling on the 28th or whatever that
Right.
date was. That night I slept terribly. I was
So it's like
I was waiting for that
the
phone
first
to
time
ring.
you were on call at your first,
Right.
call center
And
job.
no, it was Santa Claus, the
phone-
Tooth Fairy, and the Easter Bunny all wrapped up in
Like
one.
the
on
phone finally
steroids.
rings. Give me back my son.
I'm waiting for that phone call at 6 a.m.
Kids
that
haven't eaten in
says,
3 days.
Come and try the breakfast menu. You are going to get it 2 weeks in advance of anybody else.
You've got a golden
Wait, that was the first call?
No, I thought that's what.
Oh, that was
going
going.
to
Oh,
happen.
you thought that was the first call.
I wake up at 6. I wake up at 7. The phone's not ringing.
Gene
I-
Hackman answers the
I
door in a
plug
purple
the
hat.
charge. I'm like, is it charged? I call myself to make sure it's working. It is.
So, and that was one of the big misconceptions that were in the stories that were out there is you could actually make outgoing phone calls.
Yeah, we were under the impression
Taco
that
Bell
you couldn't
phone.
actually. It was just a receiving call.
No,
but
it worked absolutely. We can.
He racked up a huge bill with the Detroit Vibe singles chat line. Huge bill.
I don't know what
I
that
thought
is,
I-
John.
That's why his wife took the phone away for a week and a half.
Right.
It's like no more Taco Bell.
That's right.
But so I waited, and finally around, I don't know, it was 11 o'clock that day, I got my first call. Pre-recorded message said, this is your first mission should you choose to accept it. Tell us about which Taco Bell breakfast item menu you crave the most. Tweet it with hashtag WakeUpLiveMoss #contest and enter to win a free waffle taco air freshener.
Air fresh. Not even not even a waffle taco, but a waffle taco air freshener.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Which is dangerous because
Clark,
at this point you don't even know what the waffle taco smells like.
No. Yeah.
Why would you want your car?
But you can win. An air freshener that smells like the thing you've never
If
smelled.
only he was an Uber driver.
Essence du waffle taco.
Everyone could smell the breakfast taco, and then you could make money driving everybody
Make
to
a fortune.
Couldn't I
to
just
Taco
go to Taco Bell and get a waffle taco and then?
Not yet. We're
It's not out
pre-taco
yet.
here.
It's not.
But how do you know which would you crave the most if you haven't had it yet?
We're still in life.
We're building
We're
excitement
in life
here.
PT.
Yeah, this
This is like the 40-year-old
before
virgin.
taco.
You don't know what you
Before
crave the
waffle
most
taco.
until you've had it.
All right.
Yeah.
So, and it
Nothing but a
actually
big tease.
continued on for about 2 weeks leading up to the launch of Taco Bell breakfast. I received as many as 4 to 5 calls a day.
Oh my God!
Asking me to
Dear
enter
Lord.
these contests.
So you're signing up for spam,
right? And actually, at some point, I felt bad. I felt like I was annoying my social network of these advertisements for Taco Bell. They accomplished their mission. They got their job of getting the message out there from 1,000 social media influencers about the Taco Bell breakfast menu.
So you were their spam vehicle, is what you're trying to say.
Well, you weren't like forced to tweet out or Facebook out, but like you were like
if you wanted an air
compelled to-
freshener, you were, damn it.
and you know what? I won that air freshener, and I won the $50 gift card, which lasted me forever.
He still
Because
has the
that's a
air
lot of
freshener.
money. I do. I
He's
haven't
got
opened it yet.
$49.50 still on that gift card.
I did.
Right.
I bought 10 items.
Is this new car smell? No, it's waffle taco.
No,
It's waffle. What do you
Come
think?
on, baby.
What do you think?
10 years from now, he's going to be sitting on a gold mine, though. He's going to have that. He will still have the phone, and he will have the air freshener. He
And
won.
it'll be like the clamshell device you can auction off for thousands of dollars to idiots like us that will be like, oh, I remember that, I gotta have it.
I'm going to post it on eBay,
Right.
and you will pay for it.
Well, you can't
So-
recharge or redo burner phones, right? Like, cause
I think you can. I think I could refill it.
Could you?
There were some cool contests too. There was one where tweet where you want to go and enjoy a taco, and we'll fly you there to try it. I don't know if anybody.
You didn't win that
won
one?
I did not win that one.
Okay.
No.
Just check.
But there were some other
It'd
ones.
be a lot cooler if you
Be a lot
did.
cooler if you did.
Instead, I got my waffle taco air freshener to talk about.
Well played.
which is
Well
very
played.
cool. So and towards the end there, they stopped calling. They said thanks for participating.
You got the it's not you, it's me speech from Taco Bell.
They
rolled out the
stopped
breakfast
Due
calling.
to the GPS tracker in this phone we gave, we know you went to McDonald's 7 times and Taco Bell once.
Are you the only one in this room that's had Taco Bell breakfast? Because I haven't.
I've tried it, but it took me at least a month or two after the breakfast menu rolled out to actually go and try it.
Oh, I
was kind of bitter that I didn't win more.
Well, I mean, at what point, like, you're getting another? It's like the weeks leading up to an election, and your phone rings constantly between 5 and 7. You're like, damn it, I don't want to answer the phone. Like, at one point, we're like, I'm just going to throw this thing in the trash.
Well, I felt like for all the effort I went through to promote Taco Bell and to be the ambassador,
You should have been able to walk into a Taco Bell and flash that phone and get some free breakfast.
Yeah, it's like the golden ticket from Willy Wonka, right?
I should have had an early invite to the breakfast
Exactly.
menu. Put me.
You're an ambassador.
Augustus
at that point.
Gloop, everything here is edible.
I wanted.
And
a
by the way,
buffet.
your phone is edible.
Right.
I wanted you to invite me in.
Yeah,
and take
that's
4
the
years
last
off my
mission.
life.
The phone is actually one of the ingredients in the waffle taco.
Give us the phone back. We need to put it in.
Will it blend?
Blend.
So it was a fun experience. Towards the end, I had tons of minutes left, so I started prank calling people with it. It was. I made the most of it.
That's the best part of the story right there.
I made my buddy a job offer from the Chicago Blackhawks. He accepted it. I called my other buddy who lives.
Poor bastard actually moved to Chicago.
It was terrible, but
Well, and you said the number was originating from D.C., right?
yeah, something like that. It was an out of town number.
Yeah.
But I give them credit. It was a good marketing campaign. It was inexpensive for them to roll out.
Right.
They got a ton of social media presence. You guys were talking about it. So.
Yeah.
Oh, we talked about it for 3 weeks.
We're still talking about it.
We're still
Exactly.
talking.
So
6 months
Here we
later.
are, 18 weeks later, and we're
There's
still talking
somebody
about
out
the
there
Taco
right
Bell.
now
Yeah.
who's on their way tomorrow morning to get the AM Crunch Wrap because it's good. It is with
Well,
the sausage
there you go.
in it.
I want to try it.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't get the. I haven't tried the.
I
waffle
don't trust
taco.
that coffee,
Googling
though.
the closest Taco Bell right now.
I don't trust the name waffle taco.
Right.
I don't.
I'll be honest. I haven't even tried that.
It
yet.
sounds like a stripper's name on 8 Mile.
Taco.
Just kidding.
well, yeah.
The club has the waffle taco.
Yeah, Bob.
When have strippers on 8 Mile turned you down?
Yeah.
No, the other way
It's
around.
because they can see his legs from space.
Yeah, actually, when have you turned strippers on 8 Mile?
Coming up on stage 2, it's Waffle Taco.
What kind
Dave
of
Phillips, front center.
What kind of
with
clubs do you go to?
Waffle taco
The
with
ones
the
Bob
golden
takes me
drink.
to.
Liar. You are.
I have no recollection of that, Senator.
Exactly. Again, why none of us can run for office. Yeah.
Anyway.
So eventually it came to an end. There was no more contests, no more promotions, and they just kind of left
No
you
more
dangling.
fake job offers.
Why don't you call me anymore? None of that. They didn't at least send you a consolation prize.
No, I mean later on I eventually got my gift card in the mail. I got my air freshener in the mail.
Free
That was
Chihuahua.
exciting. I'm waiting to find somebody that I don't like to put that air freshener in their car.
Does
it actually smell nasty?
I haven't even opened it.
Really?
I'm waiting for that moment. I'm waiting.
So it's still mint in box.
Oh,
It's like putting a fish in someone's air duct at a party and then walk.
Right.
New in box.
Yeah, exactly.
Waffle taco.
Hey, so we got like 30 seconds left in the segment. Tell us about Core 3.
I told you this was an episode of Catfish. All right.
So yeah, I mean, and truly, so, I mean, outside of the whole Taco Bell thing, I mean, we do want to yak with you about Core 3, and we'll double back more on the other side of the break. So, but just real quick as an intro, I took a look out there. So Core 3, you guys do a whole bunch of web solutions for folks, as well as managed IT infrastructure, that kind of stuff. Yes.
Yeah. So we have it's essentially two separate companies, and there's some secret.
You know what? I lied
things
before the
happening.
break. Let's talk about the arcade machines that are full of wear. No, I'm just kidding.
We could talk about the arcade machines for the next hour.
True. So yeah, no, Core 3. I mean, it does. It seems like you're doing what I keep harping on a lot of people to do, which is targeting that small to medium sized business that doesn't necessarily need someone sitting there managing their infrastructure.
Right, and we see that all across the board, from companies from 5 employees to 500, where they need either an additional support staff or somebody to provide IT consulting because they want to make sure that their staff internally is they're doing the right thing. So that's a huge part of what we do. We provide help desk support, managed IT services, IT consulting, break fix. We really, our sweet spot is companies with 25 to 75 employees.
They can't afford to have their own people on staff anyways.
We can come in and
there's no point
trimline those costs.
Yeah, exactly.
Costs down.
You can go in remotely now into any situation. Why have the guy sit there for 8 hours a day when you can have a company that's 24/7?
Yeah.
Right, and watching everything. And are you guys doing on the managed service side, like doing the security, doing basically looking at the whole holistic network?
Absolutely.
Looking at doing offsite storage, all that good stuff. So I mean, that's the whole point. Where if you bought that stuff alone, I'm all about the small companies outsourcing everything.
And we just went into a company that has an office in Detroit, Cleveland, Grand Rapids, Toledo, 80 employees, and we're able to, for the same cost they were paying for one guy, give them a team of 5 in the background.
Yeah.
Helped us support.
Economies of scale.
More responsive. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's kind of that same conversation we had last week with Matt from Resource. Just about that whole. Once you sit down and actually look at the money that you're spending and what you could and should be doing with it. Okay.
Right. and we don't want to take jobs away from anybody, right? This is where maybe they didn't have somebody, or there's somebody wearing another hat at the organization, and
you're solving a problem.
Thin. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure we can talk about it on the other side of the break, but would you say that this is a bigger part of your business than the web dev side nowadays?
It's really two pieces. The business is really split into two. We have the one side, which we're rebranding as Detroit IT. Not to be confused. We liked what you guys were doing here with IT and the D, so we took the letters and rearranged them to be called Detroit IT.
Okay, I'll be calling my attorney.
I checked the patent office before coming into this episode of Catfish.
Well, be careful about IT in Detroit, because that was what they tried to get when they couldn't get us. So
yeah.
So we reversed it. So that's called Detroit IT, DetroitIT.com, and
awesome.
Then the other side is.
I can't believe that was actually available.
I had
no, because it looks like
submit an offer.
You did. Okay.
Because it looks like Detro to. Sorry.
There's an inside joke.
Right.
Detroit.
Exactly.
Yeah, all right.
Is your wife's their spokesperson? Speaking of inside jokes.
Yep. So, and then there's the other side of the business. That's the digital marketing side.
Right.
Help companies like Walsh College, Shorts Brewing Company, Michigan State University, some awesome clients that we can help expand their digital presence and meet their goals.
Cool.
Do awesome things online.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. Coming back on the other side, let's dive back into more about what you got going on in that world. It should be a good conversation.
This is the IT and the D Show.
We'll be right back.
IT and the D. Read, meet, listen. Networking Detroit. One beer at a time.
What's up, everybody? This is Billy Zapka. Sweep the leg. Listening to IT and the D Show. No mercy.
And we're going to bring it down a little for Couples Gate.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
You were totally getting into pants for playing Peter Cetera. You have no idea, but you made up for it with OMD, so you're absolved.
Not once in the history of this show, in over a year, have we played a slow song.
Good. It's for a reason.
And this will be the first and the last time.
Probably, but I felt like I had to break out the couple skate reference and then just go ahead and do that because it made me laugh.
Out of all the slow songs,
Because
of
of
Peter Cetera.
Glory of Love, Karate Kid, Zapka intro. What more do you want from me?
Not Peter Cetera songs. This is segment 3, episode 53 of the IT and the D Show here in Russell Industrial Center. Beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. We are having a ball talking with Paul with the Taco Bell phone
and his business.
Yeah, and his business. No, we skated through that one. We what did you say? We catfished you?
Yeah. You catfished me.
So actually, but before we get too much further, I do want to make sure we hit. So we are at itandthed.com. You can find us at itandthed on Twitter, facebook.com/itandthed. And the two things, or the couple things I wanted to hit on is, so we do have our next event will be
21st,
August
weeks.
21st. Yep,
August 21st.
Yep, the 21st out at Cicerelli's, the old Post Bar.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be a fun time. Next Thursday, we do have the event with Brightwing out at New Horizons in Troy. The whole helping IT professionals find a job. So we'll be there doing the whole 10 Commandments shtick, and that'll be the fun that it always is as we go through that.
So 10 Commandments, a job search, right? That's what we're going to do?
I think networking.
Or are we going to do
probably
networking?
Yeah.
Does it go soft skills? Soft skills everywhere.
Exactly.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
And then September 18th, we have our next Pink Slip party locked and set in stone. Life's good.
At the Majestic.
At the Majestic, not
$5
St.
parking.
Andrews.
Our over and under is 10 going to St. Andrews.
Oh, no, I said it at 15.
Oh, you said at 15? All right.
Yeah. 15, and then what was the number of people complaining about the parking? That's $5 for parking.
Oh, I'll go 10 on that one.
Yeah,
I'm betting over and then under. Those are my two.
And then slapping will happen because good God.
I'm leaving because no recruiters are talking to me. There's like 150 here. None of them came up to me. I'm leaving.
It's like a high school dance. You need to go talk to them.
Those hot cheerleaders won't talk to me.
I went to the bar and I sat at the bar. And
what we have here is a target-rich environment.
Right. Yeah, no, unfortunately what we have here is a failure to communicate.
That's more like it.
So, Paul, we were having a good conversation at the bar on you got some cool, is it like circumventing or tips and tricks on job posting when you're hiring folks on LinkedIn? Because I mean, we just found out to post a job. We just launched a job board at itandthed.com, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's free, but if you want to post on LinkedIn, it's $300.
Yeah.
So what are you doing to get around that?
We've done that. We've actually paid for the posts on LinkedIn, but the other thing where I found a lot of success lately is doing a promoted post on LinkedIn. So you can you have your business page,
kind of like Facebook,
okay. And you'll post on your page on LinkedIn or Facebook, and then you'll promote that, and you can target it. So we've targeted promoted posts about job openings at Detroit IT to other IT professionals around the area, and we've seen more applicants come through our promoted posts than we have through our job openings.
It's all
Isn't
about
that
metrics.
interesting? Yeah.
So is that just a broader reach?
Exposure. Broader reach, more exposure. You pay per
or just something
or
different that's actually catching people's eye.
It's about right in creating something that catches people's eye. So I created a promoted post that had a Lego minifig of Indiana Jones with the C-3PO head in his hand.
Oh, fantastic.
And the Taco Bell phone in the other.
And the Taco Bell phone in the other. So I think it grabs attention as an IT guy. It's something that maybe you're like, oh, C-3PO and Indiana Jones, two of my semi-favorite things. So
two of my favorite. Well, and the people that respond to that, you would want to talk to anyways, right? Like if somebody doesn't get that, chances are they're not going to be a good fit culturally.
Right, exactly.
That's like
we're looking for good culture.
Best job ad I ever posted.
Talk about this.
Yeah, was the one where I led off with no TPS reports, flare optional.
Yep.
I got so many responses to that.
Well, did you see? Did you see the thing I posted from what was it? The Australian Air Force. And it was like
the
some
huge equation.
Calculus equation. It says, we're hiring engineers. Fill this out. And
No. Figure
Call-
out this number to call.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
The answer was the number.
If you can call this number, we'd love to talk to you. And it's like an equation that's like 3 lines long.
Yeah, it's something off a Big Bang Theory whiteboard.
Goodwill Hunting, whatever.
Yeah. We wrote 2 blog posts at Core 3 recently, the do's and don'ts of job interviews. And in the do's,
do you read ours and steal it?
No.
I haven't published it yet.
So you
I have how not to suck at interviewing people. That's like in the pipe.
So one of ours in the do's, it has always bring food to the job interview. And we had a guy come in last Monday. He brought a pie, an apple pie from Grand Traverse.
Bring food?
Yeah, of course.
I've never heard of bring food.
Oh, absolutely. Don't you want to butter them up a little bit? Bring
You actually had a guy show up at your office with a Grand Traverse pie
for a job interview, and it was the best interview we've ever had.
Did you hire him?
If we could have, we would have. He actually came into the
Basically
interview.
all the skills he had was bringing pie.
Turns out he's
If
actually
there was a job to pay someone to bring pie here, he would have landed the job.
He came into the interview and said, I appreciate the opportunity, but I actually had a job offer previously on Monday, but I wanted to come in and at least meet with you guys, leave the door open for the future, and thank you for the opportunity. And he brought us a pie. I will hire that guy again someday.
I don't see bringing in like a Panera 13 pack or
really
pie,
Krispy Kremes.
You wouldn't appreciate the bagel pack or the pie? The
Krispy Kremes, yeah.
How about some A&M Crunch Wraps or waffle tacos?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Bag a White Castle crave case.
A 6-pack of shawarma from Bucharest.
Ooh,
now you're talking, right?
But if somebody researches the company right, they'll find what you're tweeting about, the food that you're talking about, and they'll bring that food item in.
So what you're saying is that demonstrates a little breadth of their knowledge and research.
The problem is,
so the next interviewee that comes in with an AM Crunch Wrap Supreme is hired.
Absolutely.
No, but see,
Without
now they
even
spilled the
question.
beans, so now everyone's going to be walking in, and you're going to be stuffed by the third interview.
Fine. I don't care. I'll be full at that point.
They're going to become that company that runs like an 8 interview process just to get them to keep coming back with food.
Can we talk about that?
What? Talk about what?
I'd love to talk about that.
If we're all happy with it, it'll go live tomorrow. So yeah, let's yak.
So there's
are we talking about
there's a company that shall not be named?
A company that shall not be named.
I know, yeah.
And they're hiring
3
people.
It's a group of people.
Yeah.
And
they had applicants.
Hundreds.
They've narrowed it down to smaller pool of applicants through a series of 4 interviews
each
to get to smaller number of applicants. And smaller number of applicants is still several dozen.
The last interview was speed dating, where you had 6 people, 15 minutes each.
Is this Google?
No, not Google, not Facebook. Nowhere you would expect. Like you expect Google, yeah. But 4 interviews already, and you're one of many,
couple dozen,
a few dozen for half of those positions.
Yeah,
if that, a handful of positions.
But see, and honestly, so that's just one small factor that I found annoying about that entire
the
thing.
man hours to interview.
No, but a
where's your
speed
frustration
dating
in that?
interview process? Really?
Yes, that was
really,
the third interview.
Really?
Is
No,
it
that
too
was
many
the third.
steps, you think? Too many steps?
Absolutely.
It's too many steps.
Especially when you're not upfront about it.
Okay.
It's all about setting expectations. Like if you tell me walking in that, you know what, look, we're going to take an 8 interview process to get through this, I can make my judgment call right then and there.
That I don't want to work for your company.
Yeah, this is not someplace I need to be.
I remember my very first job out of college was EDS, and they said
I remember my first beer.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they said your first interview is going to be 3 hours. It started at 9. It's you're not going to be out of here until noon. And I talked to multiple different people, and I knew going in that I was going to be there the whole morning.
Yeah.
So I mean, the expectation
Right.
is there.
It's all about expectations.
Dave always tells this old story about when he interviewed for a company like 3 or 4 times. They're like, we're going to bring you back, and he's like, no, I'm not coming back.
Oh yeah, another one. Yeah, so I went through 4 interviews someplace, and literally the headhunter called me up and said, "Hey, everything's going great, life's good. They want to pull you back for another interview," and I said no. And she was like, "Well, what do you mean no?"
No one
and
ever
I'm
says
like,
no.
I'm like, no. The answer is no. I'm like, I've already been there for no. She's like, well, okay, but this is with the CIO and the president of the company. Like, there can't be another interview after this. And I'm like, look, I told you, I'm leaving on vacation in 2 days. It's not going to happen. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. It is what it is. She's like, well, if I can get it worked out that it'll happen in the next 2 days before you leave, will you do it? I'm like, fine. Whatever. And so I go in, I meet with the CIO, who I actually knew from a previous incarnation, and the president of the company, and we're sitting there yakking and talking, and life's good. I'm there for an hour and a half, and I get, we're done. I get up and I shake their hands, and the CIO, he's like, hey, we might want to have you come back one more time. I'm like, dude, no.
Yeah.
And he was like, and same thing. What do you mean no? I'm like, man, here's the deal. I've been here 5 times now. Like, I have met everybody that will be directly reporting to me on day 1. I have met everybody that I will directly report to on day 1. I have met people that I will randomly pass in the hallway once a month and like nod and go, sup. I have met people that you and I both know damn well and good that if I stay here 30 years, I will never talk to again.
Wasn't this a blog post?
The guy in the cafeteria knows my lunch.
Right.
And he knows the guy who's going to empty his trash.
So no.
He knows the security guard.
Right. And I'm like, and more to the point, if you haven't figured out by now that you need me for this job, I don't want it.
Right.
So no. Shook his hand. I'm like, this good. We're good, and I'm off.
So not to add to that, here's what gets worse. So there's like 3 dozen that are left in this process. They got told that they're still in the process, all of them via CC. So they all
not a BCC,
no,
but a CC.
So 3-4 emails ensue going, dude, you're leaving your
Why
job.
are you leaving your job? What's going on? Are you not happy?
You gotta wonder if that was a mistake.
I don't care if it was a mistake. That's a fatal flaw.
I'm not
right
excusing it at all, but it's.
But don't ever I always say, like, I got hired at Cisco in a week. I got hired at HP in a week. I got hired at Dell in a week.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't figure out
at your level, I mean, that's in a week. That's pretty impressive as far as
most of the process is 2 weeks to a month.
Yeah.
Were they not ready to make a hire? Is there a reason?
This is a process.
That's just the way the process is.
Yeah.
I mean, we do an email questionnaire, a couple questions to get to know you. A phone interview. Let's talk on the phone for 30 minutes, and they'll do an in person. And then after that,
typical run of the mill stuff. Yeah,
right. I've never heard one run that long.
Yeah, and it has been. It's 4 to get to this point, and then they don't know what's on the other side of this now. Like, are there another 4?
Answer the question, Claire. Make a decision.
Right. Yeah, just pull the trigger.
Yeah, so we had
but that's what we were yakking about is how pissed off are you going to be if you've gone through all this nonsense, you've gone through all these steps, you've jumped through all these hurdles, now you've had yourself outed as talking to another company about a job, and you don't get it.
Right.
That's a company that's going to be dead to you.
Yeah.
Dead to you. No, you will go out of your way to tell everyone how dead it is to you.
Oh, yeah.
You'll post a bad Yelp review.
Screw you guys. Going home.
There'll be a selfie on Instagram, and it will be an angry selfie.
Angry selfie.
Exactly, with a piece of letterhead logo and a middle finger, and
Yeah, with your severance paper from your other job.
Right. Can kiss my ass. All right, so let's segueing back, because it sounds like you do things the right way at Core 3. So a little bit more about, before the break we got into, a little bit of the managed IT stuff, a little bit of the web dev stuff that you're spinning off and doing its own thing. And it seems like you do a little bit of everything. I mean, a little bit of web design, a little bit of SEO, a little bit of this, a little bit of
country, a little bit of rock and roll.
Right.
Exactly.
Move to the left, move to the right.
And on the web dev side, it's digital marketing. It's providing solutions for companies to help them meet their goals. And it's providing every company has different goals and what they want to accomplish.
Right.
So it's not a right fit for everybody just to do SEO or just to do social, just to do pay-per-click. We find the best blend for every company that's out there, and we'll help them and support that to meet their goals and what they want to achieve. And so that's why, I get the Taco Bell phone.
Right.
Because I get, we're all across the board and things that we like to do. And we like to. We've never focused on a vertical. We work with companies across a variety of industries and variety of different verticals. We just launched a new CJ Barrymore's website, which is a lot of fun. That
place is awesome.
We have to, we had to go and test ride everything.
Oh, you have to.
Oh, did you really? That's
play all the
fantastic.
games. Yeah, absolutely. You have to
Research,
try it out.
support.
You have to know your
GoPro
client.
cams everywhere.
All right.
Now, are you involved with that? Like, taking the marketing photos and like doing? Do they outsource that and give you the content, or are you? How does all that work?
In the case of CJ Barrymore's, if you go to the site, it's a video background. They actually have a videography company already that provided us with the videos for that. We took them down. We edited them. The site is actually responsive to the weather, though. So depending on what the weather's like outside that day,
very cool.
It'll show you either if it's a hot sunny day, it'll show you the go-karting and the water boats. If it's
I used to go there. I used to go there back in the day when Hall Road was like a 2-lane road.
Yeah, so did I.
It was just a bar.
We would drive and drive and drive. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was like Archie's Atomic.
Exactly.
From License to Drive. It's like it felt like an hour to get
So you're
there.
at CJ Barrymore's Hipster, is what you're saying?
Yeah. I was there before. It was cool.
I was there before.
No, it was cool then.
Yeah.
Try making it there on your Schwinn.
Well, now Hall Road is like a 16-lane highway in both directions.
There's a Walmart every 4 miles up and down
pretty
Hall
much,
Road now.
So, anyways, so that's cool.
And it's fun. It not focusing on one specific area. It opens us up to have a lot of fun with a lot of different clients. And work towards just meeting their goals and what they want to accomplish, because every business has different goals.
So, in that vein, I mean, and this is a conversation we've had a couple of different times with different folks that have been in. I mean, how many times do you find yourself telling a client, no, that's not what you want. What you really need is X.
Yeah. I know better than you.
Well, that's a tough one. And how does that go? Yeah.
Right? It's definitely tough. There's clients that are great that will say, we trust you. We know you know what you're doing.
Yeah, this is why we came to you in the first place.
So I just got a text and it said, it sounds like so-and-so's program. And I go, that's who we were talking about. And he goes, no, but it's a good point. He goes, where it's all about them and nothing about you. And that's kind of, it's so true. It goes back to the point. It's like, yeah, it has nothing to do with the candidate. It's all about the company. That's funny.
Welcome to 5 minutes ago. Anyways.
Hey, come on! Ticket text. Sponsored by Schlitz.
What were we even talking about?
Companies being able to steer them in the right direction.
Right. And so then there are those times where the client will come in and tell you what they think is best, and there are different ways of approaching it. You can have the nice, cordial conversation where you can walk down that path a little bit and try and appease them, but we really try and help them see the right way of doing things and understanding that this is the right path to go down rather than...
Yeah, it's almost like interviewing a client. At the same time, they're interviewing you.
And we've got this... we have the luxury now, after doing this for 17 years, we can be a little bit more picky. There are clients that we turn down and we say we're not the right fit for.
Yeah.
Well, and is that conversation getting easier with... as more and more people are, experiencing all the trials and tribulations of Facebook and Instagram and Instagram and Google and all that fun stuff. I mean, as they get their own personal experience, I mean, does that make it for an easier conversation with a client? Or are we still back in the days where it's, you want to charge me what for a website? My 11-year-old could build a website.
Yeah, my sister's cousin's brother can do it in the basement.
A great example is the other day I was talking with a guy who found us, and he bought his website through Costco. And
oh my God!
Wow.
And
I remember those ads at Costco.
Absolutely. And everybody has a different budget and different needs. And for him, that was maybe a good fit. It wasn't the ideal solution for us to go in and help him and help him with what he wanted.
Did you ever see that Wix? Did you ever see the Wix commercial?
Yeah.
Did you ever see the Wix commercial?
No,
the guys, that's my favorite commercial ever because they just did a Wix thing. And the guy's sitting on the other guy's desk, and he's typing his email, and he goes, just got an email. Love the website. Yeah. They want to meet. Yeah, and they high five. And it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And I can just imagine,
that happens to everybody when you build a website.
Right.
You immediately get leads.
That's a Champagne Dreams on Budweiser budget. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I don't know what I want. Just make sure it pops. Make sure it's
that's your famous line.
Punchy.
I'll know what I want when I see it.
That's what I am.
Could you make that a little bluer?
Can I sit with your designer and tell him exactly what I'm looking for?
Can you make the logo bigger?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that Make My Logo Bigger cream that's out there? It's a great video. It's hilarious. It says, do you feel like your brand is not reaching enough people? Use Make My Logo Bigger cream. It's amazing. Your brand will pop, be punchy, and all other things will make your customers happy.
Actually, the funniest thing I saw this week was the Photoshop trolls, where people were like, hey, can you take this lady out of the picture from us at Disney? And people just destroy these pictures.
Oh yeah, well the one that was
awesome.
With the one I posted on the page. Can you put the sun between my fingers? And there was everything from they photoshopped out his fingers and moved it down to the sun, just floating there.
Hey, I'm new to Photoshop. Is this what you wanted?
Yeah, to people who had just typed the words "the sun" in between his fingers. To people that had replaced his head with the sun and then put his head between the fingers. It was outstanding. Love nonsense like that. You never ask the internet for help.
No.
Ever.
Trolls will come out.
No, but that's good. So I mean, you guys have been around for 17 years. So I mean, local, growing, still doing good. Life's good.
Yeah, life's great. A few open positions at the company.
So what are you looking for?
We're looking for web developers. We're looking for search engine.
What flavor of
PHP, WordPress experience? Some front end developers would love.
There you go,
some more
Bob.
Back end developers.
Jeff's got WordPress experience.
Does he? He doesn't know how plugins work.
Captain Plugins.
That's my new name, Captain Plugins.
Captain Plugins, Captain Soundboard.
Right.
I wake up this morning to urgent. The site's jacked up. It's like Jeff's like, sorry guys. he's like our Eeyore.
I do what Bob does. I just do what Dave tells me to do.
I updated it without looking at it. What I was gonna do. Sorry.
No, you use the famous line. It looks fine on my machine.
It worked in test.
You can edit it in post.
Right. It works great in dev. I don't know what the hell your problem is. So you're like web developers, PHP, some WordPress experience. Anything else?
And then IT side, sysadmins, help desk.
Windows, Linux?
Windows, primarily. And so
we
have everything posted at jobs.detroitit.com, so you can check it out there, or jobs.core3.co.
You're a .co.
That's for the job board.
Get out.
For the job board. Just for the job
no
board.
Taco Bell phone and a .co. Get out.
No,
It's easier. You wanted it short.
I just found out you can get a .com.co altogether.
I don't understand how that works. How do you get a .com.co?
So
it said
somebody bought .com.co and set themselves up as a DNS registry.
That makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Why not? Dude, I mean, if you
is that like .co.uk?
Yeah.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still stupid.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, we're up against a break. We'll be back. This is the
music's better this time.
Well, we have to talk about the video games.
We will absolutely be getting into the 80s arcade games.
This is the IT in the D show.
We'll be right back.
IT in the D. Read, meet, listen. Networking Detroit. One beer at a time.
Hey, folks, this is WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and you're listening to the IT in the D show. Tough guy. Ho!
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D show.
All right, we're back. Segment 4, episode 53. IT in the D show here in the Raw Radio X studios down in the Russell Industrial Center, beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. This is Bob the Sales Guy here with Dave the Geek, Jeff the Voice of Reason. Also here with Jeremiah, our Detroit aficionado, Mr. Jeff Haas.
Our resident white guy living in Detroit.
I find out he doesn't have a Schwinn bike, though. It completely defeats the purpose.
He may have just lost his title as the hipster king of Midtown.
He needs a curly mustache. Make that happen.
It'll take him about 7 years to do that.
Oh, he did come here from Sugar House. I mean, that's,
Yeah, true. Well, in an Uber.
In an Uber.
Would you like our egg froth, rose petal syrup?
Jasmine infused.
Actually, I had bourbon straight.
Good for you. See, that's why I like you.
Why don't you bend over and I'll shove it straight up?
Welcome to the fourth segment.
Dave, I didn't know you felt that way about me.
Weird science.
On the rocks is fine, sir. That's what I thought.
John Turkey.
Party's lame backs. Girls schmirls. Sorry. Anyway, what the hell are we talking about?
Well, we were yakking about. Let's talk about this warehouse you just annexed. That apparently is chock full of '80s arcade games. That
what?
Why don't we have our hands on?
You can stop by and play anytime.
No, we take. We don't play.
Yeah. Well, that was the problem with moving into a warehouse with, or a building with 6,000 square feet of office, 4,000 square feet of warehouse. Is I have 4,000 square feet of warehouse.
Right.
And so, growing up, I was lucky enough to have my grandfather was in the corn op business, so I had pinball machines,
nice
arcade games. When I was, I think, like 13, 14, I went to Tilt at Lakeside Mall. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Oh, yeah,
I was there.
Absolutely.
I bought Bionic Commando and Clutch Hitter, and then I bought the Simpsons arcade game, the 4-player
nice.
one. I think I paid $500 for the Simpsons and $100 for the other two, and so that created my love for arcade games. And once I had a warehouse at my disposal and a truck dock and a forklift, let's just buy more.
I'm going to isolate that like 37 seconds and I'm just going to keep it on my phone. And like every time my wife talks to me about the technology in our house, at least I don't have a warehouse. Bye.
Right. It could be worse. Yeah. So we have I grew up wanting and playing the Jurassic Park pinball machine all the time. So of course I bought that once I had the space. We have a Magneto number 16 of 250 pinball machine.
Dave, did I tell you there's a place? Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. There's a place on Gratiot. I found they have a Flash Gordon pinball machine for $1,000.
Why don't you buy it?
I didn't. I forgot.
How will you? Well, so you just remembered today?
It's that whole thing where you only remember, like, if you learn something when you're drunk, you only remember it when you're drunk.
He's had one beer.
I called him. I called him. He said, "Yeah, coming down and see it." I go, "Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow." And I never went. And it was like 2 weeks ago. It's got to still be there. Who the hell's going to buy a Flash Gordon pinball machine?
So you're in the industry. Is $1,000 for a pinball machine? Is that gone by now?
I'd have to look it up. It's okay. You
Flash
might
Gordon,
be able to find it on Craigslist.
Well, it depends on the year, make, model.
I have a 5-foot painting of Flash Gordon painted in front of Flash Gordon, signed by Flash Gordon. So I'm
It doesn't get any more meta than that.
Exactly.
You already have Oktoberfest benches that you can't fit into your basement.
How are you going
they look good in the patio.
How are you going to get a pinball machine in your basement? That's just won't happen.
I don't know.
The legs come off.
I have a pinball machine in my basement.
Ooh.
Yeah, but you're like Captain Single Guy with no wife, no kids, no anything, no.
Andrea would probably take offense to you calling me Captain Single Guy. Just so you know.
Ain't no ring on your finger. She don't own you.
Well, don't tell her that.
Well,
damn, Dave.
Wait.
Damn.
I just got a text that says yes, Dad. Anywho.
Well,
I think she even washes his underpants and everything.
No, I wash my own underpants.
Oh, you do?
Thank you very much.
If I were him, I'd be washing hers. That's So no, but I mean,
so back to the pinball machine thing.
No, but that's so like yes. I mean, so this is all your personal collection. Then I mean, it's just stuff that you've amassed and is sitting out there.
No, there's another employee at Core 3, and we started buying these games together.
Okay.
Wait, do you know Neil from TriNet that opened up Activate?
No,
he's got a video.
Oh my
game
God,
studio
you
in
should.
Ferndale.
Yeah, actually, we should introduce you guys because it's like,
oh man,
yeah,
he's got like a video game parlor. He doesn't have the stand up, so it's like every console video game known to man.
Well, but he's got a couple of the MAME stand-ups where I mean basically it's the build it yourself consoles with the screens and every emulator known to mankind ever.
Yeah, so his warehouse, I've seen it like what Neil has is actually what he is in this warehouse. It's just like he's not charging to go in there yet.
Well, yeah, and it's one machine that comprises the 300 that are there.
Well, he actually has a 300.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah,
the most we have ever had in the warehouse was 71 arcade games, and that's really full.
I mean, that's a big business now, like Beercade and all that.
Absolutely, the brewcades that you're seeing all around.
All those machines you're investing in are they all operational? Do they work? Like
most of them, and we've trimmed down the selection. What we have left is what we want to play now and what we enjoy keeping around. I haven't
Neil. Now it's just your game room for your employees, right?
Yeah, exactly. Of course, there's a Dome Hockey I grew up with that I have there. If I challenge anybody to come in and try and beat me in Dome Hockey. I haven't found a formidable.
You're that guy.
Oh, right here, right. He's wearing a hockey jersey. You realize
Yeah,
that?
but it doesn't mean you're good
Totally
at dome
different.
hockey.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I thought. Yeah,
Way different.
I'll take him on skates. He can beat my ass in dome. hockey.
Does that, with your jersey saying Fedorov, does that mean you're the Fedorov of dome hockey?
No. I've always been goalie. No matter whatever. Yeah. No, I'm all about defense. Contingency planning. That's my job. It's
Anyway,
no, but that's outstanding.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and we ping pong and foosball, and we had a super shot basketball for a while. That was a lot of fun.
I gotta have NBA jams.
We've had the NBA Jam, the NFL Blitz.
we just need to have an event at his office.
Absolutely.
Well, I was going to. Yeah, so Bob mentioned DK Beercade. I went over there, and it's inside a cool little place, and life was good, and I was all excited for us to have an event there, and then I saw it.
Not so much.
Dude, it holds like 20 people.
Yeah, well, we grew up, that place at Lakeside was massive.
Huge. Wasn't it 2 stories?
Yeah. Razzmatazz. I don't know if you remember that. It was on 15 in Van Dyke.
Well, or
it was
GameStop. Not GameStop, GameWorks.
GameWorks. Well, yeah.
Oh, well, they closed.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about places when we grew up.
Yeah, I'm talking 80 stuff, yeah.
That was GameWorks was a modern day attempt at an arcade, but
too little, too late.
Yeah. Even what's CJ? Not Barrymore's Butterfly. Butterfly had hundreds on 14 in Van Dyke.
I've never been there.
Oh my gosh! Was that the place with the
Golf Dome?
Golf Dome?
Yeah.
I used to go there all the time.
Oh, it's still there. Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
You go to a place like Barrymore's.
I used to play
now.
Zaxxon there. Remember Zaxxon? Karate, all that stuff.
Those are the best.
So remember, that's the things you remember.
No, that was when I first saw Mortal Kombat, and I was mind blown when that came out.
Yeah,
I shipped a Mortal Kombat 3 and a Mortal Kombat 4 to Montreal. The guy desperately wanted every version of Mortal Kombat. He had every killer instinct. It was amazing.
Well, see, and that was me at Neil's thing when we were over there for Gretchen's birthday. I'm like, on the main machine. I'm like, okay, what was that finishing move? And what was it? Because original Mortal Kombat. Right. I'm like, okay, so Raiden was down, up, left,
down,
right,
up, left.
Yeah, have you guys ever seen the Loot Crate, the monthly subscription box for geeks and gamers?
Yeah.
In the bottom of the box, there's a code you can enter on their website that has something funny happen. They use the Contra code, up, down,
and left. Yeah.
So there's still those codes out there. Some of us remember them.
Wow.
Contra code.
Some stuff never dies.
I have Contra on my phone right now.
Some of us have programmed them as Easter eggs in various sites they've built over the years.
Right.
Yeah. There you go. The backdoor into some government security thing because they're all programmed by 80s geeks.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop telling me about
backdoors are not secrets.
So I guess I do want to shift gears because we do have Jeremiah in the studio, and I want to yak one of the things that we've talked about off and on with you, and it's either the best thing ever or the worst thing ever, depending on who you talk to. Let's talk about the M1 light rail.
Alrighty then.
Is it a light rail?
First off, they'll tell you it's a streetcar.
Name Desire.
Of course. But that's actually one of the first things they tell you is that this is not light rail in the briefings that they've done. It's a street car because it actually doesn't turn around.
It's actually multiple cars, though, so it's not just one car, street cars.
Why didn't they make GM pay for it? Because they ripped them all out in the 50s.
Right, it's exactly what they once had.
Right.
Everything old is new again.
The tracks are still there.
If we just dig up this street, we can
actually
find it.
Down there in downtown Detroit, the tracks, what they're doing with them, there are so many layers of construction because they're also putting in like DTE power ducts underneath all this stuff, like all the woodwork. They're just tearing it down.
So they're finding stuff that they shouldn't have ever found.
Well, it's actually gonna be interesting
Are they going to find Hoff on 6 Mile?
They're not getting to 6 Mile, but they might find it at like Grand Boulevard.
Whatever.
But yeah, exactly. The thing is that they're actually looking forward to some of the things they might actually find underneath the streets. Because there's going to be, when you dig 14 feet down, anywhere between 10 and 14 feet, you're going to go back layers and layers of Detroit history.
Oh, yeah. Like Campus Martius, when they moved the fountain, didn't they find that time capsule that they weren't intending to find for another 50 years?
And you can still see through down. They actually made it so you can see through the ground like a plexiglass or whatever. You can look in and see
they left it there.
Yeah, and you can see the stone where all the other mile roads are like measured from.
Okay.
And you see how far it is. That used to be the ground.
Yeah.
Down where it is. So it's all been raised up with fill and things like that over the years.
So is this the people mover or is this legit?
I think it's legit, but I think there's some improvements that can be made.
Wait, you said it doesn't turn around, so it goes and then stops
the tracks
and comes
go
back.
See, yeah, it's actually down at the end by the riverfront. It actually goes down to the end, stops. The conductor gets out, pulls his key out, goes the other side of the train.
You have got to be kidding me.
I'm not kidding you. Goes ahead and then turns it back on and goes up.
And yet they're bitching about Kirchhoff.
Wait. There's not a switch that says forward, reverse?
Well, the conductor has to go to the front of the train. Because the front coming that way is different than the front going the other way since you're not turning the car around.
He has to be at the front to pilot the train.
Why the hell does it even need a conductor? The people...
The dumbest thing I ever heard in my life.
The People Mover doesn't have a conductor.
I don't know.
They'll never.
It only goes one way.
They're going to interview. They're going to interview a guy, and he's like, "I got to do what?"
That's basically like that's Subway NASCAR.
Exactly. Thank you.
And it has multiple trains.
Yeah, the people mover is Subway NASCAR. It's making a left turn. It's making a left turn. It's making a left turn.
I'm going to turn left. Then I'm going to turn left.
This one is a drag strip. It's going straight. That's it.
Like why didn't they just take? Okay, so I go to Cincinnati, Covington, Kentucky all the time, and they have like a night moves, and it's like a shuttle, and it's stopping at this time here, and there's like 37 stops. Like the money they're spending on this goofy thing, wouldn't it be better just to like put in shuttles up and down Woodward both sides?
Well, the thing is,
How about connecting the People Mover?
Well, it does connect to parts of the People Mover, but the
no,
long
it does
term,
not. It's not elevated.
No, you get out of.
Well, you have to get off and then get back on.
So therefore, it's not connected.
It's not.
Then the conductor has to put the key in and let you up the stairs. And
well, I mean, the thing is,
after it gets out of the back and goes to the front.
Streetcars generally do better than, say, just a shuttle for long-term economic development because people who invest in properties basically go, well, a bus you can move anywhere. If you've invested for the rail, that means that you're going to put something into this and you're not going to let it languish. Because, I mean, even if you even look at the People Mover, it still goes
because
to this
it's
day.
not like it all got paved over in the 50s by GM once before.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the poor man's version of the dream that somebody had of having a rail going all the way up to Pontiac along Woodward.
Well, so every transportation system always starts with a first leg. Like in Denver, it was about 3 miles.
That only goes one way?
Well, no,
at a time.
Well, you could the train.
Well, this is like the little light rail thing they have at the Delta terminal, right? It goes back and forth.
And here's the thing that actually, to me,
they have
personally,
two going and they crisscross.
my biggest concern.
Well, that's
about
what this does.
There's two.
I thought that
because Inside Out is wiggity wiggity.
Are there two?
Yes.
Isn't it two that go one in both directions?
Yeah, there's going to be multiple cars on the route.
They're going to crisscross
at the same time, and they'll go up and down.
Right.
But my biggest concern actually is that there isn't signal priority. So these cars will actually stop with the stoplights, as opposed to the stoplights.
Oh, so it's no better than driving a car.
And they go no.
So
faster
you're better
than
off
25
joining
miles
slow
an
roll.
hour.
You ride on your bike. You can
Buy yourself a Schwinn.
Yeah, slow roll gets signal priority.
It doesn't cost a few million.
Actually, it costs as much.
How many Schwinns could have been bought for the price of the M1 light rail?
You could buy a $200 Schwinn from Meyer, or
actually, the construction of the M1 rail is approximately the same amount as the repave of I-96.
Wow!
And it's just a lot.
And
of
how
money.
many Shinola bicycles would that have paid for?
I don't know. I haven't done that. That's a great answer. That's a great question.
Yeah, but Jeff, Shinola bicycles are like thousands of dollars, so you might as well just go to Meyer.
But
we could have ordered in bulk and got a discount rate.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think long term it's a good thing. But I really would like. I think it's also really important that it connects to something bigger.
Which is?
What is the something bigger it connects?
Because here's the thing. Hey,
that's what she said.
I'll be honest with you. Living in Auburn Hills, I'm not driving to Midtown and then hopping on that thing and going downtown.
No, what it
I'm
does
driving
is really,
downtown.
No, and it's not built for that. It's built for making the Woodward Corridor a super neighborhood. It's not built. I don't think, in my mind, like I think it's a little crazy the people who say, "Oh, they're going to park in New Center and go." No,
not going to happen.
No.
Not going to happen.
I hear that all the time.
What it is going to do is tie all the people who live in that area, and there's more and more people living in that area, or people who come in from out of town or business or whatever. No. You know, those kind of things.
What I like is all the artist renditions of the cars, like they're all the bright candy apple red. It's going to be one day that this is an operation, and they're all going to be plastered with Opportunity Detroit.
Or tagged.
It's called People Mover version 2.0.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
WADL stickers everywhere.
Yeah.
I will put our stickers all over those MFs.
What's the cost to ride this train?
$1.50.
So is that the same price as People Mover? I don't have no idea.
Can you
transfer 75 cents for the People Mover
ticket? Can you take your
so
double the price?
Transfer pass.
Well, what they're talking about is trying to unify and have like they do in
Multi-pass?
a lot of other cities where you just have like a universal pass.
Who said multi-pass?
I did.
Multi-pass. Multi-pass.
Sorry.
Detroit is now Disney. It's a park hopper pass. For one ticket, you can hop between Midtown, Corktown.
No,
the
people
No, you
move
can't
around.
get to Corktown. The funny thing about this is that this train I won't use very often because it doesn't come anywhere near my house.
Well,
So,
exactly.
I'm going to use it when I'm really, really.
All right, so Jeremiah, assuming that in 10 years or 20 years that GM doesn't pave over the tracks, is it eventually going to go out to Royal Oak?
Well, that would be the hope, right? But I think that
That's the only way that's the only way people are going to use it.
So
wasn't the whole
Governor
shtick
Snyder
Aiton Woodward to
going
Midtown?
Out, no, going out to Pontiac.
Right. So
but phase 1 was Aiton Woodward heading to Midtown.
But guys, here's the reality. In 20 years, self-driving cars will be everywhere, and we won't need.
Did you hear
light
Bob's
rail
rant about the self-driving cars?
Not yet.
The
but why wouldn't that be more feasible than the light rail? You don't like self-driving cars, Bob?
No, I like them, but they need to have a better purpose. than driving
Like
around.
getting him beef jerky and beer and.
No, I thought you were playing me. No, I want self-driving cars to bring me stuff when I want it.
That's a little loud.
And that's I know. No, that's really at the end of the day. I don't want self-driving cars to take me places. I want them to bring me stuff. So I want like Domino's to like have a self-driving car, and then I order pizza, and then the pizza comes.
that makes so much more sense.
And weed.
Drones.
Leafly. We talked about
And like
that earlier.
Meyer gas station, like bring me like a canister of gas.
Your car is not
And,
a
like-
transformer. It cannot go gas itself.
No,
up.
the
We
gas
talked
will come
about
to me.
this.
But I don't think light rail will go beyond what it's at. I don't think the M1 rail will go beyond.
Well,
where
actually,
it's
the plan.
gonna go.
Well, the thing is there's some points to that because Governor Rick Snyder's plan is actually bus rapid transit, which is what Grand Rapids is unveiling right now.
Right.
And they're already it's doing well with initial trials because it makes sense. You can just put up a station, you can run the buses, you give the buses signal priority, you put Wi-Fi on the buses, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Instead of tearing up the streets, all those kind of things, and you can just deploy it, and it's a lot cheaper on a per mile basis.
But instead, we're tearing up the
Well, because
streets.
Detroit's got such a great track record.
Well,
with
let's
buses.
remember that.
Yeah, right.
Let's remember this isn't city money that's funding this. This is
tax dollars.
Yes, the government, the federal government, who spends our money so much better.
This is mostly privately funded by
By
the Penske's,
whom?
the Gilberts,
Right.
Those kind of
that
folks.
own the
It was a
property.
fun
Mostly.
Right. No, it was a fun
Hence my
from-
comment, Opportunity Detroit will be plastered all over the cars.
Wouldn't surprise me. It's plastered
Not at
over
all.
everything else.
Yeah.
You can't get anywhere without seeing those big black Opportunity Detroits.
What is the funding breakdown?
Majority private.
Define
funding.
majority.
$25 million from the feds.
Kresge, I think, put up money.
Kresge Foundation, those
Yeah.
kind of guys. There's a whole.
So
thing.
$25 million from the feds is not the majority.
Nowhere near. This is like a more than $100 million project.
I think some money was put in by the Underhill account.
A steak sandwich and a bottle of Dom Perignon and a steak sandwich.
Built in the Underhill account.
I'm going to go over under on people that ride it after the first year. I'm going to set it at like 100 for the year.
Crickets.
Just like the People Mover.
It'll be. I think they'll hit their.
Who rides the
their
People Mover?
projections.
Not on Auto Show Week. Who rides the People Mover?
I think this is more. I think this is more useful than the People Mover.
Well, you said it yourself. You're not going to ride it because it's nowhere near your house.
You know what?
But other people will.
Jeremiah.
Because, and they
You know who's
there's so much residential being built in these areas.
You know
So
who's
many
gonna
new
ride it?
buildings going up along Woodward. I mean, occupancy in that neighborhood is 96%.
So are the people in the other neighborhoods like just like pissed off that why doesn't it turn left? Why doesn't it curve towards this neighborhood or whatever?
You know who's going to ride it? Guys after the baseball game that want to go to Hopcat. That's it. That is it. That's going to be 90%.
College students who live near Wayne State
That are going to a
University,
concert.
New Center, who live in
But
the
college
New Center
kids that
area.
go to Wayne State aren't living in Detroit.
There's
sorry,
more
they're
of them.
not.
There's more and more of them that do now. Yes,
Are
but
there?
Yeah, because they've been enhancing
Did
their
we?
dorms.
You didn't, did you? I didn't.
No.
I mean, but they've been enhancing their dorms. A lot of these folks come from other countries. A lot of the students
Yeah.
for like the med students, things
Yeah,
like
but
that.
they're living on campus. They're not living elsewhere.
Yeah, and those people on campus are going to go downtown with this train. They're going to go up to
okay.
New Center, and then you've got think about this for a second. I mean, Midtown is basically the size of Ferndale now.
Yeah, pretty much. Bigger.
And more people. There's actually like 30,000 some living in the 7.2 square miles. So there's more and more people that are moving every single day into the downtown area, and they're moving in there to new construction that is happening over and over again. Every single building
there's
that
more
gets
new
built,
construction in Detroit than there is in my subdivision.
And they're paying
in Oxford.
Birmingham taxes. Yeah.
and they're paying $2 a square foot in rent too.
And they can't afford to have a car or pay their water bill, but whatever.
No, because car insurance is like 5x what I'm paying. It's crazy.
Exactly.
Property
Way
taxes, it's nuts.
It will spur development along the corridor. The problem is it doesn't expand beyond.
It doesn't go beyond block number
But
2
you have to start
next to
somewhere.
the rail.
You do. Don't get me wrong.
No transit system in the country ever started by laying out 30 miles at first.
But I don't think the light rail will
Minneapolis. Did you ever see what they did? That's proper. I mean, that's as good of a light rail system as I've ever seen. It ends at Target Field on one end and the Mall of America on the other, airport in the middle. It's awesome. It's one of the best ones I've ever seen.
It was built with a purpose, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, it's the DC Metro. I mean, the DC Metro connects you from
everywhere,
middle of nowhere Virginia to DC to upper middle of nowhere Maryland. But I mean, that was planned. And I mean, to contradict your point, that was planned that way from the get go. I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, like I get. And we were talking about with Dave from Bamboo a couple weeks ago, the whole thing about Detroit has this really bad habit of thinking small.
Well, it's thinking short term.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what this is.
I don't disagree, but do we do regional cooperation in this region? No. We don't.
Do we what?
That has nothing to do with it.
Yes, it does. Because you know what? Because what happens is that once that train crosses 8 Mile, then you have a whole nother set of governments and a whole nother set of issues where everybody starts bickering and arguing, and this isn't a strong.
Elbrook's isn't paying for that. Elbrook's Patterson, Oakland County isn't paying for that to go beyond 8 Mile.
Exactly. Even though it would benefit them greatly. Right. They're still not going to do that. They'll do something with the smart millage because actually Elbrook's Patterson supports that now.
I'm going to say it a million times. 8-lane boulevard from the Ambassador Bridge to Belle Isle. Unless that happens, it's all toilet.
Where are you going to find the real estate to do that?
I don't think
they'll have to level entire neighborhoods to do that.
If it went to the Palace, he would pay for it. No, seriously. I mean, if the light rail, whatever this is, made its way to the Palace, there's an Oakland County vested interest.
Yeah,
it would go to the Pontiac train station.
I actually don't think.
Well, as soon as the Pistons move back downtown, that's not going to happen. Never.
Of course, put too much.
They're not moving downtown.
No, not for a while.
That'll never happen.
No.
So,
never say never.
It's a couple minutes.
He just threw $40 million into that building. It ain't gonna happen.
They've been quote unquote redoing that building for the last 10 years.
But imagine that the Palace. Think about this: the Palace is like 8 years older than the Joe, and the Joe is the biggest butthole armpit arena in the country.
8 years younger.
The Joe was in 80.
The Palace opened in 1988.
88, and the Joe opened in 80. 79 or 80.
No, it was 70s. It was somewhere in the 70s.
It was the 70s, dude.
It was 79 or 80.
Really?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, but you misspoke the first time around. You said the Palace was older.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, younger.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's where all the no's came from.
But the Palace, even up until recently, has been rated as one of the top venues to see a game.
That was where everybody built they were like the progressive.
Yeah.
They're the ones that
the
wrote
experience
the
to model after.
Yeah, I mean, for me, there's the two stadiums are my favorite in the country are the Columbus Hockey Arena and the Milwaukee Baseball.
They actually did a really good job in Columbus.
God, is that a cool? Yeah. Both of them are just unbelievable how cool those arenas are. Anyway, we're up against the end of the show. We've had fun. How do we find? How do we
be done yet?
Huh?
I don't want to be done yet.
Stop going over because it gets weird.
We've had how many different segment 5s now? 2, 3,
and none of them go well.
And they all go.
I have to deal with my car. So,
Paul, how do we find Core 3?
Core3solutions.com or DetroitIT.com.
Detroit.
I was careful.
Awesome. Well, hey, this has been episode 53 of the IT and the D Show.
Well, and thanks to Jeff and Jeremiah for joining us.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. They're part of the show already. I'm not thanking you. They're part of the show already. They're family. They're familia.
Yeah, we should thank him. He does all the work.
We'll see you guys next week. Beat it.
Yeah, thanks. See ya.
The emergency destruct system is now activated.
Look out, Flash!
Flash! Don't move! Stay where you are!
Long live Flash! You've saved your Earth. Have a nice day.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name? Murphy. Make the run. The run.
Game over, man. It's game over.
It's over, Johnny. It's over.
Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off. Yo! Hold up! Time out! Time out! Y'all take a chill. You need to cool that shit out. And that's the double truth. Ruth.
I hope this was as much fun for you as it was for me.
How much scotch did you drink that night, by the way?
Half a bottle.
Okay, then shut the hell up.
You're in your underwear. I'm in my underwear. Here, let's hang out.
No, I'm sorry, honey. I have a headache.
I definitely want to see Bob in his underwear. That's a fact.
Bear me.
Why would like Buick put their cars next to like the Bentleys? Like, why? That's not marketing.
The alphabet.
It's brilliant.
Because you're getting your 8-track tuned up.
Are we at a break yet?
I may have to wipe the geek off.
I can't say no, and I don't really want to.
Well, especially with the back doors open.
We just lost our clean tag on iTunes.
So you have no boots.
No.
You have no gloves.
No.
You have no hat.
No.
You have no scarf.
No.
You have no scraper.
No.
How long have you lived in Michigan?
All my life.
You, sir, are an idiot.
I don't care.
When are we going to talk about me?
Jane, you ignorant slut. Woo!
This is the native man.
Guess Captain Soundboard doesn't know how to run the soundboard.
Shut up. Stop talking.
You're so white right now.
I'm the whitest guy in the room. Just explain it to me.
I love this city.
I was banging on the wang.
Really? Should we talk about this? Tag team it. Should I keep going or should I stop?
Hell yeah.
Can I just say, it's been great being on a show that talks about Mickey Rooney dying for 20 seconds and then poop for 10 minutes.
You're not very informative, but wow, are you entertaining.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.